The Flash Annual 2022. Jeremy Adams writing with Serge Acuna on the art. So the framing device for this, obviously, Wally found out that Linda has speed powers just last issue or so. And this issue, they start off debating. He's like, do you know how this happened? Did you get hit by lightning? And she's like, I think I would have noticed if I got struck by lightning.
I love that him and Ace going, it's like, well, did she get hit by lightning? Like, them both bringing it up, I thought was really funny.
Oh, and just to mention before we get into anything else, there's a little bit of this thread just being continued for the book, because it doesn't come back up in the rest of the issue, is Chief Irons,
Chief.
Warden Wolf from Iron Heights. Chief Irons is a character in the rest of the Evil Games, Matt. I conflate.
Oh, for reals? I was like, that sounds like a good name. Like, hold on to that for a script one day.
So yeah, the Warden's like, oh, I'm running for mayor, which is kind of already hinted at before, but it's just kind of like setting that up.
And he's using reformed villains to help him.
Yeah, but it all feels a little suspect. Makes him feel a bit villainous, doesn't it? So yeah, Linda's sitting in a Superman shirt as well, notably in this opening scene. But the whole setup of this is that Linda's going off to do an interview for her book, which she's finished. And Wally's not read it yet, but he promises he's going to. And obviously he's got super speed, so he can do it quite quickly. So that's what the premise of this book is that Linda leaves, Wally sits down to read her book, which she said is a trashy romance book. And most of the issue, occasionally we go back to Wally's reaction, which is fun, but most of the issue is Linda's book in comic book form.
I loved how cheesy this was. Like, I think Jeremy Adams has that skill to shift gears in writing to where it's supposed to be a little bit cheesy.
Oh, sure.
It's not his writing, it's Linda's writing. So, because there were parts in here that I was rolling my eyes, I was like, well, I think that's the point, right?
Yeah, and you know, it does that thing in the art as well, where it looks damaged and scratched. You know, it looks weathered, if you will. So they put a lot of effort into this, making this feel different. And effectively, it's just a telling of Linda's life, but with like a twist. You know, it's like a
sheen of like pulp action adventure.
Like, you know, she's given herself a different name. You know, I laughed out loud later on, as does Wally, because we get his reaction to it when the Wally character shows up and he's named William East, I think was the name. Well, or maybe it was a W name then East, but either way, it was funny. He's got long hair. He's this hero that comes in and saves her. I actually can't remember. Was Linda previously married? I don't
remember.
I don't remember that, because I was thinking, does this represent? Because I was thinking that this guy did represent Wally, and that him disappearing was like him like vanishing in continuity. But then like real Wally, or not real Wally, but the actual Wally shows up with a big, you know, long red hair, and I was like, oh, okay, and I was like, wait. Did Linda have a previous marriage that, you know?
I'm looking this up while you talk. I'm pulling up a wiki so we can see. But I did like that because it made it feel like we were getting properly reintroduced to to her, because it was kind of messy when they brought Wally back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the fact here that they're just kind of
it's a different way to sort of like maybe give you some insight into Linda's backstory again.
Yes, they listed that his name was Rick Shavers and it's her ex-husband. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to see if I can find it from my shop. Is the Wade. I haven't read the Wade run of Wally in a minute.
Oh, sure.
But I just read the Johns a couple years ago, and I don't remember her being married before.
It probably came up in the Wade run, because that's when he meets her. So
yeah. So that's what I'm saying, is that it felt familiar when I was reading here, but I couldn't remember if that was new or not. So,
or if not meets her, at least that's when the romantic, you know,
kicks off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all collected in like, I want to say 8 or 9 thick trades, something like that. And there's like a gap in between the one where there's like a Morrison trade fits in, because like Morrison took it over for like a year, and then it went back to Wade's, so you can do the whole shebang, like pretty much. But yeah, obviously it skips ahead. You start, as you start on chapter 1 of her book, it skips to chapter 6 where she's getting married, and so it bounces ahead in time, and it shows that she wanted to be a writer, but she became a journalist instead, and how that. And so it's very clear it's about her life, but with this pulp sheen on it. But then, of course, there's this bit of danger. A monster shows up, and long-haired with a jetpack, William East shows up. But my friends call me Billy, which is obviously very similar to Wally. So and it cuts to Wally laughing and calling his wife a nerd. And it's all very sweet.
Look what she did here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so she was created in Flash. Her first appearance is Flash Volume 2, number 28, which is from 89. And it did go down in Swainsville, New Mexico, where she was covering the Porcupine Man incident.
Oh, so this is actually a direct reference to her first appearance. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very
nice, Jeremy Adams. So I feel like
that's pre-Wade,
this writer really likes the Flash.
Yeah, just for the record, that's pre-Wade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's pre-Wade, but that's where she was introduced. So I don't know if it kicked off like
because Wade did like an annual and a special, and then he starts writing the book. I want to say in the 50s or 60s. It's something in that range. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely pre-Wade.
Yeah, so it predates him. But I feel like Jeremy Adams really likes the Flash at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting that impression, and specifically Wally West's era of the Flash. A lot of stuff here. So this is. I actually like it even more knowing that this is a direct play on her first appearance.
It is.
That's cool stuff. So he takes her to like the headquarters, and he works with like, a Captain Cold type figure.
Yeah.
A Pied Piper.
Lenny.
Yeah. A Pied Piper type figure. And Kadabra is the villain who's going to destroy everything. So it was a lot of fun. Stuff with her intermingling with all these various different characters, and so no, it's good stuff. And Linda's surrogate, I should say, gets to yell and get involved and be a part of it. And there's even a big cliffhanger at one point where it looks like they've all been eaten or killed or swallowed into a vortex, and like Wally's like, what? And he goes and gets some snacks to keep finished. And did you notice the logo on the bag of crisps, Matt?
I did, but remind me, because I read this early in the week.
Well, it's the brand is D Chips, and it's it's the spin logo and the D.
It's the spinny logo. Yeah.
That's very good. Which would have been the logo for the majority of Wally. No, it wouldn't have been the logo when Wade started in the book. That was still the Bullet logo.
That was the Bullet logo. So the spinny logo happened in about 03, 04. Because that's when I started picking up Flash regularly, and I want to say that they're on. I don't have it here. I just have my signed Flash stuff right here, because then they went to the Peely logo.
And that was with that was New 52.
Was that New 52? Was the Peely logo?
Yeah.
So yeah, this would have been most of John's run. Was the
that was because it was really awkward. They didn't start New 52 with it. They switched to it like issue 5 or 6 in all the New 52 books. It was like a really awkward transition, just a little bit into it. But yeah, so yeah, you've got Flash's weird team of like rogues, effectively, all working together in space, and Linda ends up like flying out into space as well with this bubble to help to help Billy, I should say. And ultimately help save him. And they kiss in space. It's this super romantic thing. And Wally goes off to meet Linda, and he references the book by quoting the same line that his character said when he first met her in the book. And Linda gives this big cheesy smile. She's so happy that he read it. And then they come to this realization at the end, because she's craving a certain food type, that's what she used to crave when she was pregnant, and they both go, oh, wait a minute, is this why I've got powers? That's the cliffhanger we end on. Which is funny, because this is what we were basically saying several issues ago.
It feels nice when you're right. And it ultimately could be a red herring, but yeah, so they go to Italy to go...
They're certainly hinting at it with the setting anyway.
On a date night, and she goes, oh, I could really go for some of that salted caramel gelato. And just the pacing, and this is the art and the writing works so good here, and the lettering as you're reading it, it just flows right. And Wally goes, yeah, the last time you liked that or wanted that, you're pregnant. And she goes, yeah, I was pregnant. And just the look of shock on both of their faces as they're putting it together, I thought was a really, really fun moment. So, but yeah, I mean, it helps to know your Flash lore. Right, and that like the last time she had powers, it's because of Iris and Jay. So
yeah, it is kind of weird though that she never thought of that as a possibility before now.
No, but to be fair, that she's she was busy writing this book while he's been gone into the Speed Force. It's been a pretty chaotic since. So, just real quick about those logos. The Bullet logo ended in 2005. So the Spinny logo went from 2005 to 2012. So, yep. And now we have the really classic.
I like
one
this
from 2016.
Yeah, I like the Spin logo a lot. It's actually kind of a shame it only lasted like 7 years.
Yeah.
But I am glad the Peel one didn't last that long though, because that Peel one sucked.
The Peel one's like easily the worst. Because they're all kind of these round bullet ones up until that Peely one, and it sticks out.
Yeah, I remember.
Like a sore thumb. So.
The Bullet one was solid. I like the Peel one a little bit more, but yeah, the Bullet one's solid. And then obviously the current one I think is a good sort of middle ground of classic.
The current one I really like.
Yeah.
So it's very classic feeling.
Oh, that's cool. All right. What are you giving Flash Annual 2022?
I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I had a lot of fun with it.
I think I'm going to swap with you and go 8 out of 10 on this. But I think it was a nice exploration of Wally and Linda's relationship, kind of re-establishing it for people who maybe don't know too much of the history, and even some fun new stuff for me to discover that I didn't know about Linda's first appearance, which is nice, and sets them up on their new chapter. So possibly a third Wally West child coming into the mix,
or maybe 2 more.
Oh yeah, it could be twins, but that's that. For their sake, let's hope just one.
Yeah, I always feel like they were twins because of the whole Tornado Twins homage. That John's, it had to have been John's that brought them in. Him playing, so yeah, just another one. But which, or is he gonna name him Jesse? We gotta. What other Flash family members can they be named after? Max. Ways.
Ace. Which will just make things confusing though, because that means it was technically 3 Wallys.
Yeah.
Wally Jr. and Wallace.
But I really like the fact that they're really doubling down on Wally as the family man, because he always was kind of like this blue collar superhero, and just the fact that he's got the wife and kids at home. And like his best friend's Nightwing, who's that's kind of like him and Babs are together, but his family structure is a little bit different. So he's kind of, like Uncle Dick and whatnot. But yeah, it's the Flash family is one of my favorite things. Just the whole scope of them and adding to it. I'm not going to be mad at that.
No, I like the focus as well. And it does separate from the other characters. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you do have, you have Superman now with a kid and a wife, but typically they have rushed past the childhoods or whatever, whereas it feels like Wally has had the wife and kid that's dynamic as a main part of his character for a long time, and with John growing up, there is no other DC hero right now that has this type of structure in life, so it's actually...
And you feel like with Damian we could have had something like that, but he's growing up too, which they're doing really, really well.
It makes Wally stick out against the other heroes, and it's why he should be the Flash right now versus Barry, who would just be another, guy.
And I'd much rather, as much as I like Barry and stuff, Wally's my Flash. Like, that's who I grew up reading, and he just feels more natural, and especially with someone like Jeremy Adams too, like, who has you can tell he has an appreciation for the character. Just him being excited, because he's the one that I saw that tweeted out the upcoming event that they're doing, or story of the 1 Minute War, and he just seems super excited to be writing Flash, like, so as long as he keeps it up, well, the quality stays up, it's good.